Hello, welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, and human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now, here's your host, two-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Deborah Kasowski.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show. I'm so glad you could join us today. And today we are talking about coaching for performance. But before we get started, I want to share my sponsor today is actually my book. And my book that's coming out in September of 2017 is called Let's Be Curious. How to ask the right questions, get better answers so you can make the best decisions. So many people have been asking face value questions. They get frustrated with the answers that they're getting and they can't make the decisions that they know that they need to. Does this happen to you? Well, to many who have approached me, they say, Deb, you know, when you ask me a question, you really make me think. And it has been that I've been coined as the facilitator of thought. So I'm really excited to bring this book to you so that you can think about the questions you've been asking, maybe refine how you state them, maybe ask a few more probing questions to really dig deep and get the answers that you're looking for so that you can make the decisions that create your reality around you and help you reach some of those goals that you're after. So you can it's in pre-launch, so you can already pay and book your book so that you ensure you're on the list to get this phenomenal book. It's $15 only until September. So you can go to www.letsbecurious.ca to grab your copy today. And you know what? Grab a copy for a friend. You never know whose life that you are going to influence. But let's get back to coaching for performance. And the reason I decided to focus on this podcast today is that many people ask me, what does a coach do? And how does coaching work? You know, I know about coaching in sports, so I decided to put together this podcast to share a little bit more about the power behind coaching. And it's really about coaching for performance to get you to the next level. So I'm going to start off with a quote by Sultan Al-Salsi, and he says that coaching is like a magic mirror, reflecting what you are thinking, feeling, and saying in everything in life. And by working together, you'll understand your own mirror and change it to become limitless. So that's what I mean by the power behind it. But you are reflecting your thinking and feeling and saying in everything that you do. So when you can become more aware and look at that reflection and see yourself outside of yourself, basically, you can start making the changes, shifts in thinking sometimes is all it takes to start moving in the direction that you want. No one becomes a high performer without the confidence or support of someone who believed in them more than they believed in themselves. Who is someone that you have admired or been inspired by? How have they helped you become a better performer? Coaching is one of the best strategies to achieve objectives or goals. Research shows that companies that utilize coaches have increased productivity and profitability. They have reduced complaints, improved customer service, and they've retained their talent. Individuals who receive coaching describe that they have better working relationships, improved teamwork, and greater commitment and engagement. Less conflict due to better communication. Coaches, or coachees, I should say, are the people who are coached. So we often refer to them as the coachee. They stretch out of their comfort zone to achieve great results faster than they would if they had not been coached. When people hear the word coaching, they tend to associate coaching with teaching and training of sports. There are many types of coaches. So you hear about life coaches, business coaches, speak and vocal coaches, executive coaches, and coaches in the workplace. And often there can be a combination because we do touch on a number of things. Like even for myself, I work with senior leaders. I also work with a lot of entrepreneurs, sole business owners, one-on-one, and a lot of business related conversations. But even in our conversations, there tends to be some life pieces in them. Because you are one whole person and we can't necessarily divide you into different pieces. So there is a kind of an overlap at times. Not all coaching is formal. It can be done individually, in a group or a team. And each coach is usually hired to help with a specific skill set or ability on what the person who's looking for coaching needs. So here's the deal. The coach does not have an agenda. The coachee does. So if you were to come to me with coaching, I need to know what it is that you would like to focus on. I don't say, hey, this is what I think we should focus on. It's about what you bring to the table. And coaches can also help you deal with conflict, difficult people, those conversations, issues, and challenges. A coaching session can be done face-to-face, over the phone, online through platforms like Skype and Zoom. And a coach does not need to be in your industry to understand how to support you. Because a coach needs to know how to ask the right questions. And a coaching session is a conversation where a coach like myself will ask you questions to help you discover and do some reflection to come up with the answers and solutions. Why? Well, when a coachee comes up with the answers, solutions, and the action plans, you will be more intrinsically motivated than if I said, here it is, here's the answers, here's the solution, this is what you need to do. Because then it'd be like, well, she told me I had to do this. But what if you told you that you had to do something? There's so much more power behind that. And there's a difference between what a sport coach does and the type of coach that we're talking about right now. Because that's what a sports coach does, is they're usually telling their players what they need to do. They're giving some form of direction, some instruction. Go out there and do this. This is what I'm asking you to do. Whereas a coach in the realm of coaching for professional and business and those kind of things, what we're doing is asking questions. We're actively listening and we're acknowledging some of your discoveries. Any person can hire a coach if they want someone to help them through issues, challenges. Maybe they want to climb the corporate ladder, build a business, or accelerate the achievement of a goal. Coaches can help boost productivity, performance, and effectiveness, and ultimately, the bottom line, your results. To achieve your desired results, you want to work with a coach. They're going to hold you accountable for your actions, and they're committed to helping you accomplish what you want to accomplish. Not only is there a financial commitment with coaching, but you're going to learn that you have a commitment with your time and your energy. But you need to actively participate in coaching. That conversation, to follow through on those action items that you put together. And in order to coach for performance, there must be a foundation of trust. And in our last episode, it was about building a team built on trust. So if you need to take a listen to that one as well, you can take a listen to it's episode 88. And the other thing is that foundation of trust, but also knowing that what is shared in that coaching conversation is confidential. Otherwise, you as the coachee is not going to want to open up and share information or discuss thoughts and feelings on a topic if you believe that your coach or the person you're working with is going to go share it with everyone else. It's not productive at all. And with coaching, the premise is that you already have everything inside of you to come up with the answer or solution that you are seeking. The coach will ask you the right questions to help you develop your own conclusions. A coach may offer suggestions or advise you as an acting or thinking partner, or sometimes what we refer to as the sounding board. Sometimes it's better to talk to someone who is not in your immediate circle so that you can bounce off ideas and not worry about anyone judging you or helping you flush out those ideas. And a coach may offer suggestions or advise you on something, but we don't come from a place of necessarily giving advice. And that's where a consulting piece is more involved in that. Coaching can help improve performance, but is not limited to, and this is some of the reasons why people hire a coach, that they're getting stuck and they have challenges with self-limiting beliefs, or they're working through a challenge or issue or a stretch goal that they need help with, to accelerate their results, to develop clarity around a situation, the choices, and desired outcomes. Learning to create that harmony or balance between work-life demands, and determining their core strengths and areas of growth. Identifying resources, skills, and knowledge needed to obtain a goal. And sometimes it's a matter of brainstorming, and that's one of my favorite places to be. The world is changing rapidly. Individuals like you are wanting to take more control of getting the results they desire in their life by creating that plan of action. Sometimes all it takes is developing that clarity around what a person wants to achieve and what the outcome will give them. Pete Carroll said that each person holds so much power within themselves that needs to be let out. Sometimes they just need a little nudge, a little direction, a little support, and a little coaching, and the greatest things can happen. I'm just going to repeat that because I find it so powerful. And I know myself, in my experience with coaching, it dramatically changed the results that I was getting. And it's not because I don't do the work regularly. It's because we had a focused plan. We had specific tasks and deadlines and things that needed to get done. It was very focused. And when you have that focus and accountability, it's amazing what can happen. So again, each person holds so much power within themselves that needs to be let out. Sometimes they just need a little nudge, a little direction, and a little support, a little coaching, and the greatest things can happen. Imagine if you had that little nudge, that little bit of direction. What would it do for you? Imagine reaching your goals sooner than you have ever anticipated. Coaching maximizes a person's potential to become a high performer. Some people hire coaches as a corrective measure in the workplace. It's been my experience that coaching is most effective when it's used to develop your staff members' capabilities. And sometimes you can be so close to a situation that you just don't see the options. A coach is like a trusted guide to help you discover your own answers, to help you make the decision that's best for you. What is a stretch goal that you would like to achieve? What is a self-limiting belief that's holding you back from acting and following through on what you know you need to do? Have you considered working with a coach? And I'm going to give myself a little bit of a plug. My sponsorship is that if you do want to book a 30-minute session for a discovery session of learning what coaching could do for you, go over to my website at www.debrakozowski.com. And what you can do is there is a Coach with Debra page. Look at the information, fill out the form, book that complimentary session to learn what coaching can do for you. It's available to you. And I would love to open up that conversation and see how I can help you grow and step into your potential and out of your comfort zone. I also would love for you to go over to my website, sign up for the Success Secrets newsletter. We won't spam you, I promise. And what I'd like you to do is you will grab your free MP3 download of the 10 surefire strategies to power up your productivity and performance. And bi-weekly, we have a newsletter that goes out so you don't miss a thing. And there's going to be events and webinars and a lot of great things coming down the pike here. And I'd also love to hear how this podcast has impacted you. So go to Debra at debrakozowski.com. Drop me a line in an email. Let me know how things are going for you. What are some of the challenges? What are some of the things you'd like to hear on the podcast or see on the video that we have on YouTube? And I also, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for listening to the Millionaire Woman Show, because it's you who we do this for. And we're so excited to talk about principles of leadership, business, and human potential that are going to help you live a life rich from the inside out. And please share this with your friends. Go over to iTunes, give us a 5-star high five, and write us a review. Let us know how this podcast is doing for you. And as I'd like to end every podcast, as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. And I just want to send my message is make today great. Take care, everyone.